Good morning, everyone. It's Carol here from aquahaven747.com. I know it hasn't been that long since my last packing video, but I'm going on another trip. This time I'm going on an international flight from a cold climate to a hot one. Now, a little bit of backstory without giving away too many details, because I will do some follow-up video afterwards. Back in the summer of 2019, I bought a vacation package to go on a cruise to the Bahamas for my honey and I. I had never been on a cruise before, and I'd never been to the Bahamas, and I thought that would be a great adventure. Now, as we all know how things are, when you have the money, you don't have the time. And when you have the time, you don't have the money. Back then, I was working full-time, so I could afford a little bit more, but I could not get time off work when I wanted it. So I didn't end up getting it to take it, and then we know what happened in 2020. So, you know, the company was very good at extending the deadline and extending it a few times, actually. I called them this summer about extending it again because Canada still had some restrictions for international travel, and they had a huge backlog of people trying to get their passports. They said no, they would not extend it again, so I had to take it before January of 2023. Okay, fine. However, my honey did not have a passport, and he didn't want to stress about it, and he also didn't really want to listen to anybody's timeshare spiel trying to sell us some timeshares. So anyway, he's not going. So my girlfriend said she'd come with me, and that's who's coming with me, and we're leaving very shortly. Now, I may not post this until after we come back, but this video, I thought I would try and challenge myself to pack in a knapsack only. Last time I did carry-on only, and that worked out very well, and I will explain what worked and what didn't as we get into the video. But this time I thought I'd try and go even more minimal. So if that is something that interests you, please keep watching, and I'll see you at the end. Well, I'll start here with my outfit I plan on wearing on the plane. I've got this pair of pants that have a pocket, which I like, but no zipper, so it's not going to set off any alarms. I have a 3/4 length black t-shirt to go underneath my black hoodie, and I'll wear that underneath my down-filled jacket, which will be warm enough to get me from the car to the bus, from the bus to the airport, and then back again when I get home. And I can keep it in this neat little bag when I'm down south. I've got my compression socks here that I like to wear on the plane, a bra, obviously I'll wear underwear. And as far as shoes goes, I was thinking about taking my Skechers type slip-on shoes. This is the Loveook knapsack that I took on my last trip. I loved it. It worked great. It's got lots of pockets, and it's got a thing to charge, or plug in your phone to charge with. Although I didn't end up using that on my last trip. And of course it has the different compartments inside that you can put your laptop as well. So that worked great, and I took that with my carry-on suitcase. But this time I just wanted to do a knapsack, and I've gone with one that's a little bit bigger. This is a tracker that I bought at Bentley. I actually got this back in 2020. I was supposed to take a trip to England to take my mom home, and that didn't happen because we know what happened. And anyway, so I just thought I would show you a couple of little differences in this. This one is actually 18 inches long and 12 inches wide, 6 inches deep. And when it's filled, it's probably, you know, at an inch there. So for some airlines, it would be considered too big, which is why I ended up buying that one. Now, when I came home from my last trip, it was on the same airline as what I'm going to be taking to go down south. And the lady beside me had a humongous knapsack, which she put under the seat, which was probably even bigger than this, and it was stuffed, and she still managed to do that, and she was obviously allowed to, even though she also had a carry-on bag. But anyway, since this is going to be my only bag to put my clothes and things and stuff in, although I am taking my crossbody bag as well for my purse and everything. I thought this would be a little bit better, and it's kind of like a suitcase. It's like a little suitcase in itself. It's got the couple little pockets here. It's got the mesh pocket here. And the neat thing about this too, it will also smush down with this. That helps it to smush down a little bit more. So it's kind of like a little suitcase, but it's a backpack, and the back part of it here has, it's a padded area that you can put a laptop in here as well. So that's what I really wanted. I wanted to be able to take a laptop if I want, and I'm still debating about that on this trip, but the option is there if I need it. And this one also, although it's got the knapsack straps, if I wanted to, I could tuck those in there. And it also comes with a carry strap so that I could just sling it over my shoulder if I wanted to. I don't think I will, though. I really like having a knapsack and having my arms free. So that is what I'm going to be packing in. Here are all the clothes that I plan on taking on this trip. I have a black skirt, a black and white checkered skirt, black capris, a black and white polka dot sleeveless top, 2 t-shirts, one black, one aqua, and I have this short sleeve top that I guess it has kind of like a dot pattern to it, and this little satin tank top. And I also have my little night shirt there. And I plan on putting all of these in that packing cube. Now, I have already pre-packed this, and this is what it ended up looking like. Now, this doesn't show the wrinkles. That doesn't show the wrinkles. This definitely shows wrinkles, and so does that. I don't really care on this trip. I'm not trying to impress anybody. Maybe where I'm going, they'll have an iron for me. Maybe I'll just have to steam them in the bathroom. But, you know, maybe you can let me know in the comments down below. Are you in the camp of rolling versus folding? I have firmly been in the camp of rolling in the past, unless in the case of my last video, where I had a blouse that I did not want to have wrinkled because I was going to my aunt's funeral. I don't really care this time around. If it's a little bit wrinkled, oh well, that's the way it is. The only other clothing related items that I am taking are my bathing suit and 7 pairs of underwear and my other bra, which is also wireless, and 2 little sockets that are black, pair of flip-flops, sun hat, and I want to put them all in this little thing. Well, not the flip-flops or the hat, but all these things here are going to go in that little bag there. Now, this little bag here is definitely a budget travel packing thing because I've had this for, oh God, over 30 years. It came with a set of other travel type bags. It had a garment bag and I don't know, a bunch of other ones too. A lot of them I got rid of because I never used them, but I kept this one, and it's very lightweight, which is what I'm going for here. And I can get all of these things in there. So, yes, I'm going for 10 days and I'm only taking 7 pairs of underwear. I'll be wearing a pair, so that's 8. And then I only have to wash them out a couple of nights. So, I'll be fine. So I'm going to put this laundry pouch in here first so I can keep my dirty laundry separate. Then I'm going to pack my flip-flops here, which will be good for around a pool. And then I'm going to have my packing cube here with my main clothes and my packing cube here with my other stuff. So now, you can see I've got that space there, and I'll show you what I'm going to put in there next. So I've got my blow styler wrapped up in this plastic bag and tucked into this side here. So it's saving a little bit of space, I guess, from my travel hair dryer and round brush that I took on the last trip. Now on the last trip, one thing that did not work for me, I bought a little travel hairbrush set, and the brush was totally useless with my thick hair. So the comb, yeah, I can use that for like quick straightening up, and I'll keep that in my little handbag. But as far as styling and drying, blow styler is the way to go. I got this at a liquidation store for 45 bucks, so it's just over 50 with taxes and everything. That's Canadian dollars, not American, not Australian or New Zealand. It's certainly not euros or pounds sterling. But this is, I think, available. I saw on Walmart .ca for about $54.97 on sale. So, you know, you might be able to get them cheaper. I have seen them on Amazon for about $39. So that's Canadian, of course. So you'll have to do your own research as to what they cost in your area. One of the things I am most looking forward to on this trip is seeing my cousin again, who I haven't seen since 1977, when she gave me this little Sindy doll. I still have all the clothes and all the accessories that she gave me, and I thought it would be a nice surprise to give it back to her, and then she can either give it to her kids, or if she ends up having grandkids some days, she can pass it on to them. I just put it in a little plastic baggie because from watching other videos, I didn't want to wrap it ahead of time in case TSA thinks there's something suspicious about it and they want to inspect it further. But I am bringing a little gift card here, and I'm bringing a couple of Christmas cards, which normally I mail, but I'm going to be seeing the people I normally mail them to, so I will just hand them to them in person. So I've tucked in the little Sindy doll in one of these little pockets here, and I'm also going to put my electronic cords and my little charger pack for my phone and a USB drive in right there. And the only other thing I'm putting in there is this. There's a toothbrush and deodorant and this razor. And I wanted to point out, someone had mentioned in my last video to make sure you have a cover on the razor. Now this does have a cover. I don't know if you can really tell on the video, but I've always been very careful about that. But I thought it was a very good point to mention. Please make sure your razor has a cover. We do not want to have anybody have any nasty accidents. So yeah, those things are going to go in here. And then I can zip this part up. And I probably will not be accessing the middle part of this knapsack. I will also be adding these few things to the main packing compartment. It's my collapsible water bottle, a little extra knapsack, and these 3 old film containers filled with some American coins that I have been saving up. So I'm just going to put these in the corners in my suitcase here, tuck them in there out of the way, and that will be it for my main suitcase. Now for my outside pockets here, I have one little pocket here, and then I've got this one here that opens on either side. I thought it would be best to put my snacks. Now I've only got a few Lar bars this time for snacks because it's only a 3-hour flight. And I do know that on this flight they do serve coffee or tea and maybe a cookie or something along the way. So I'm sure I can survive with just a Lar bar if need be for that shorter duration. Plus I'll have a few extra for on the trip. And I have all my liquids in this little small baggie here for TSA. As I mentioned in my previous video, you can't have anything. It has to be all fit in a 1-liter bag, or and nothing can be bigger than 100 milliliters or 3.4 ounces. And I'm sure that when I come back, I will have less stuff in here because I will have used up some of those things. I brought, this time around, I'm actually bringing some sunscreen. I've got hand and antibacterial hand sanitizer. And I'm not sure, but I don't think you have to have that in your liquids. I read somewhere. But I'm just putting it all in there just in case anyway. And I've got my inhaler and my allergy eye drops in another little bag, just for cleanliness reasons, obviously. And I know that's not included as part of your liquids thing. But I know that in previous years, I've always been asked to bring out my inhaler. So I thought, oh, I'll just do it. And then they don't have to ask me. And another little thing I thought I'd bring this time, I've got this little Norwex Enviro cloth. And if you've got disinfectant wipes, they may work just as well. But I'm going to bring that with me as well to wipe some things down with. I debated about whether or not I should bring my laptop with me on this trip. But the reality is I cannot rely on my phone. And my old tablet, which would have been a better choice to take with me, is not reliable. It shuts down after a very little bit of use. So for my other businesses, I need to have access to my laptop. And so I'm going to add this little mouse and the cord for my laptop. I'll be putting them in this little pocket here. And I have put my laptop in the back there. Now I will be taking my crossbody bag here again. The outside pocket I normally keep my phone in. The second pocket I'll keep my wallet. And the third one I keep almost everything else. For my wallet this time, I've changed it out with this that also has its own strap. So if I want it to go somewhere with just my wallet, this is also a crossbody bag. And I don't normally carry a lot of cash, but I have some of the American currency and Canadian currency and I think a credit card and of course my ID in there. Now, this hasn't really changed too much from what I took on my last trip. I always take a journal. And so I got a journal. I got a pen. I didn't want to take my day timer, but sometimes I want to do a brain dump and write stuff down, things I need to do or whatever. So I just brought this little tiny notebook as well. And I have this Norwex case for extra masks in case we end up needing those in the end. Oh, on my purse, I also have this Norwex glass cleaner. So I can clean my glasses from that. I'm bringing an extra IKEA shopping bag because you never know. You might want to do some shopping. There are a couple of things I do want to look for when I'm down in Florida. And So I'm going to have to, I may have to make some room for things to bring home. My comb, which is good for quick fix-its. A box or a package of tissues, gum. I don't chew a lot of gum, but on the airplane when you're going up or down and the pressure changes, that can be helpful, so it's not as uncomfortable. If you don't chew gum, just using candy, that like sucking on some candy, that can also help. I'm bringing my streamlined keys for my car for when we come back and I have to pick it up. And in this little case, I have my Tum stuff. I've got my vitamins and some other medications, Advil, dental floss, more dental floss, Rolaids, lip balm, nail clippers, and a couple of allergy drops. So that is it that I will be taking with me, and I will put it all in my bag there. So the plan with my printed out itineraries is I'm going to have the ones that I need first, most relevant with me, in my bag there, and the rest will be put in my knapsack here. And as I finished with one, I can discard it. I'll probably bring them home to shred unless my cousin has a shredder that I can use down there, but otherwise I'll just wait and bring it home. And yes, I do have some of this stuff on my phone. However, it's always good to have a printed out backup, because what if you lose your phone? What if your phone does not work for some reason? You never know. So always good to have a backup plan for that. So these are the two bags I plan on taking with me on this trip. And so one of them may be considered my carry-on and not my personal bag. I may or may not be able to put it under my seat, but that is what I'm taking with me on this trip. Now, I did want to mention a couple things that did not really work for me on my last trip. One was, I think I already mentioned, that my little travel size hairbrush was a total fail, totally useless for my thick hair. So obviously I'm not taking that. Well, now I've got the blow styler, so that kind of eliminates a few things that I'm not taking that I took the last time. And also, I never did use my battery pack to charge my phone. I was lucky enough to charge my phone and everything at the places I was staying. I don't know if that's going to be the case where I'm going to, but I'm still going to take one of those. And the other thing I didn't end up using was the umbrella. Now, on the plus side, one of the things that really did work, I did not overpack. And therefore, I was able to bring back some treasures that my cousin gave me. And a couple of little gifts I bought for other people as well. So if you can underpack, I think that is the best way to do things. So anyway, I hope this video has given you some good tips, and I will see you in the next one.